Hi dear students, welcome to this session of English classes. Okay, today we're going to have a English Bac Prep class, which means we're going to see the skills and the techniques that students are required to have and to apply during the day of the exam. So let's get started. So today's class is entitled English Bac Prep. It's a preparation for the English National Exam. So the English National Exam is kind of like what is shown on the screen. So we have the reading comprehension text, and we have the other elements which we are going to see in this class. So first, this is a national exam, الدورة الاستدراكية resit session. It was in 2020, okay? But in fact, the exams are similar, which means that even, for example, for last year, it was just like this. So this is the reading comprehension text, and in fact you are going to have related or questions which are related to this text. Yes, so now the first component is comprehension. All these questions and activities are related to the text we've seen so far. As you can see here, the scoring is 15% because the outcome score is going to be out of 40 and then divided on 2, and then you'll get your scoring on 20. Now here, so rubric A, okay, so we have true or false, and you need to justify your answer. 3 points, which means 1 point for each true answer, okay? And the same thing, for example, for this one. So you are going to have 3 points if you have all the answers true. Then rubric B, you have here, answer these questions. These are direct questions. You can see here that the scoring is 4 points. Number 1, it's made up of 2 parts. Number 2 and number 3. So in this rubric, you are supposed to have either, okay. So for the rubric of questions, you are supposed to have either yes, no questions or WH, and I'm sure that you know how to answer yes, no questions and WH questions. Oh, sorry, we need to go back. Yes, we haven't finished yet with this one. Now here, rubric C, so complete the following sentences. It's in fact sentence completion. So of course you are going to complete these sentences with information from the text, the reading comprehension text. Now here, you are going to find synonyms or words that mean the same as, okay? So, synonyms. Now something which is very important, you have here limit and you have here instruments. So you are going to search for limit in paragraph number 4 and you are going to search for instruments in paragraph number 5. Something which is very important is, for example, if you have a noun, which means the answer is going to be a noun. So if you have a verb, your answer should be a verb. If it is an adjective, your answer is going to be an adjective. And if it's an adverb, your answer is going to be an adverb, okay? And you have here the number of the paragraph where the answer lies. Now here, you are going to find what do the underlined words. In fact, these two words are underlined in the text. So what do they refer to? So they refer to something or to someone. They substitute for something or someone. So I'm going to search in the text the words that they refer to. Something which is very important is that all the comprehension questions, either in rubric 1, rubric 2, A, B, rubric C, D, and F, they are put in a kind of textual order. What does this mean, textual order? So suppose that, for example, that you are going to find the justification of this sentence in paragraph number 3. So it's for sure that the justification of sentence number 2 is going to be either in paragraph 4 or 5 or 6. So no need to go back and search for the answer in paragraphs 2 or paragraph 1, because it all follows a kind of order. So for example, this one is going to be in paragraph 3, maybe this one in paragraph 5, and this one in paragraph 6. Which means, for example, you can't find the answer of this question in paragraph 5, the answer of this one in paragraph 4, and the answer for this one in paragraph 1. No. Okay, it's going to save time for you. The same thing with rubric B, C, D, etc. Okay, and here the final rubric is choose the right answer in this text, the right. So I'm going maybe to find the title of the text or the main idea that summarizes the whole text. Okay, you are going to choose either A or B or C. So you are free either to write, for example, the letter, or you write the whole sentence. Now we are going to see things or the skills that you need to apply during the exam. Of course, we have also the language part. But it's not our subject of study for today. We are going to have a class for this task. Okay, so this is, and there is also the writing component, which we will see in the coming classes. So our focus for today is going to be on comprehension. Okay? So the reading comprehension okay. So reading comprehension is not a lesson that we are going to revise or memorize by heart. No. Reading comprehension is a skill that we need to acquire. It's like, for example, playing chess. So each time you are playing around with a person, you need to bring out new skills and techniques to defeat him. So reading comprehension is a matter of skills. Okay? So you should have these skills and you should know how to apply these skills. So today we're going to see the tools that we use to apply these skills, okay, in the reading comprehension text in order for you to get the utmost marks during the day of the exam. Yes, so the first tool, good preparation. Okay, nothing happens by chance. If you don't prepare for anything, so no need to wait for good results. Try to prepare for the exam in a careful way. Okay. Something which is very important is that during the day of the exam or before the day of the exam, most students feel anxious. It's normal. It's normal to feel anxiety. What you should do is to know how to manage. Okay, so manage your stress, anxiety. Because above all, stress and anxiety has never ever solved any problem. Even if, for example, you are anxious, what's the result then? Nothing will happen, okay? It just makes things worse. So try to manage your stress and anxiety. Concentrate on the day of the exam. Yes, time. When we don't manage our time wisely, it turns out to be a kind of enemy. As you can see here, مدة الإنجاز, okay? The time is 2 hours. So 2 hours is for all streams, technical streams and science streams, okay? We're not talking about art streams, they have 3 hours. So you have 2 hours and you have 3 components. Which are, number 1, comprehension. Number 2, language. Number 3, writing. So try to manage your time to cover all the 3 components. So for example, if we can split 2 hours on these 3 components, you are going to have 40 minutes for each component, for comprehension, for language, for writing, okay? So you should know how to manage your time. Otherwise, it's going to be a mess. Okay, as we have just seen, the exam is made up of 3 components. We have comprehension, we have language, and we have writing. So what you should do is put the focus on one task at a time, okay? You are not supposed to do all the tasks in one time or at once, okay? So one bird, as the proverb says, one bird in hand is better than 10 birds on the tree, okay? So you focus on one task, you fulfill it, and you move to the next one. Okay, concentration. You may say that, okay, that's very simple. We are all going to concentrate on the day of the exam. So concentration, I mean by concentration is that all the answers are here in your mind. So you should build a kind of strategic relationship between the tasks, your mind, and the questions, okay? So the answers are in your mind. Just concentrate on the questions, okay? And then you are going to find the answers to all the questions. Yes. So as we've just seen, we have three components. Okay, maybe you are going to find that some questions are easy, some questions are difficult. What I try to advise you is to start with from easy to difficult. Okay? So try to create an atmosphere in which you are going to feel easy, okay? And you feel the kind of managing your time and managing the exam, okay? So try to find a beginning. So there is a beginning for everything, okay? Don't stay stuck. Okay, so now let's move to practical things. So, a lot of students think that reading comprehension is reading a text, which is this. This is the text. They forget about textual clues, like for example, pictures and the references. So what are you supposed to do is to read the whole text carefully and more than once, okay? So you can read it 2 times, 3 times. Try to concentrate on the text and on the textual clues. These are clues, these are hints. They are going to help you understand the text, like this one, and the reference which is at the bottom. Okay, so read the whole text carefully, concentrate on the text, and more than once. You are not going to understand the text if you read it only once. Now next, something which is very important. You are not supposed to, nor required in fact, okay, which is it's not your task, to understand each and every item, which means each and every word. For example, I should know the meaning of all the words which are in the text. No, that's not reading comprehension task. You should know the meaning of the whole text. That's your job, okay? So focus on the meaning of the whole text. Forget about difficult words and items. Okay, so as I have just said, so make use of context clues. They are going to help you understand the text. So these are some context clues. Okay, then after reading the whole text, deciphering the context clues, try to relate, try to build a link. Okay, you build a link. It's like building a bridge. So you build a link between what? Relate the text to what you have already seen in class with your teacher. Okay, so try to make a kind of relationship between what you have studied during the course of the whole year and the text which is in front of you. Okay, so these are your textbooks. Some students have tickets, some have insights, some have gateway, and be sure that the content of the text falls in one of these books, which are in fact similar. Okay. So as we have just seen, try to build a link between the text and what you've seen with your teachers. As you know, you've seen 10 units, okay, which are covered in the 3 textbooks. We have the gifts of youth, we have humor, formal, informal, non-formal education, sustainable development, women and power, cultural values, citizenship, international organizations, advances in science and technology, and brain drain. Okay, so the vocabulary of the text is related in a way or another to one of these units. Now, make use of your prior knowledge, or what we call background So most of you or all of you, they have enough experiences in life that in fact allows you to know the meaning of the reading comprehension text just by making reference to the experiences and the information which is in fact in your mind. Okay? So try to make use of all the prior knowledge, of all the information which is stored in your mind. This is going to help you understand the text. Okay, of course, you are going to come across some terms, some expressions, some structures, some new information, which is in fact difficult for you. Okay, this is clear. So try to use the things that you know. Okay, what does this mean, the things that you know? Try to use your background knowledge, information that you got in classes, okay? All the things that you know in order to understand the things that you don't know in the text here, okay? It's just like we're making a puzzle, okay? So these are the things that we know, and we are going to insert the things that we don't know in order for us to make a clear image. Okay, so suppose this is a reading comprehension text. We're going to set these skills into practice. Okay, as you can see here, we make annotations and we take notes. So during the day of the exam, you are supposed to have a pencil, a sharpener, an eraser. You read the text, okay? So the text starts from here. It starts from here and it finishes here. And you are supposed to read everything in the text. You should have a pencil, an eraser, for example. If you come across a difficult word, as I told you, you are not supposed to know all the words, but you can just use some techniques to decipher the meaning of some difficult words. For example, here, if we come across species, here we have animals, so we can make a kind of relationship between species and animals, okay? So species, maybe it refers to animals, okay? So we can make a kind of relationship. And if you go here, we have monkeys, cats, dogs, horses. Okay, so the meaning of species is something that looks like animals, okay? And the same thing with the other difficult words that you may come across. So you are supposed, for example, to have a highlighter. You can highlight the main words, okay? Okay, don't forget the textual clues, okay? So for example, here we have animal foundation, which means the text is about animals. Say no to animal testing. You have here testing. And here you have animal testing kills, etc. And the reference adapted from a website. So if it happens that there is an idea in your mind, for example, you can insert it in the annotations that you are going to draw on the margin of the text. And of course, you can, for example, refer the text to the units that you have seen in class with your teacher, either, for example, brain drain, science and technology, etc. So that's all for now. It was just a kind of theoretical session for today, inshallah. We're going to set all these things into practice using the text we have just seen, okay? Thank you so much. See you tomorrow, inshallah. Bye-bye.